When you're fishing, it's important to know how to read a stream. And when you're wading, it's also important to know how to read a stream. Dave Whitlock joined the Sims Company's Diane Bristol and offered her some advice.
Dan, this is a pretty neat spot here I'd like to talk to you about a couple of things on. This is pretty good fishing area through here, and we might want to have to wade across to the other side because that side over there is going to have more fish feeding on it. And before we start, let me just go through a couple of basic things that I'd like for you to kind of understand, so I know when you're wading you'll be thinking about this. Is that first of all, we've got the right kind of soles on our boots, so we've got pretty good traction with the felt soles on this kind of rock.
Okay.
The next thing is that you're comfortable in the clothes. You know, you're not uncomfortable, you got plenty of movement, and so because you need flexibility when you wade, and you need to stay relaxed, you know, just, you know, not totally relaxed, but you know, where you can move with torque. And the next thing is that have a belt on, you know, it's so important because if we do take a little fall, it's going to keep us from getting so wet or get out easier. One thing is that if we have a wading staff or the fly rod, either one can give you extra stability while you're wading. And so if I don't have a staff, I use my rod. If I have a staff, I normally get it out if I have any idea that might be dangerous. And the other thing is, what do you look for in order to be able to get across it? Well, first of all, how tall you are and how deep it is out there. That's pretty basic. I guess the rule of thumb, first of all, is to find the widest and slowest moving area. That's usually the shallowest area.
Sure.
To this area here. Look to see how fast the current's moving and how deep it is there. If there's an entrapment area down there, that log down there, so if you consider that, and then also maybe consider looking upstream here, and there may be a shallower, more convenient place there or on further down.
Sure. I probably, Dave, would not cross this stream alone, just given my height and my lack of wading experience.
I agree. You know, it would be a tough wade because it's not going to be particularly easy here for me, but we'll try it because two of us with a staff, I think we can get across pretty easy. But you also always want to kind of go with the current. You know, don't fight the current because it's so much stronger than you. So you use a little bit of its flow to help you rather than to go against it.
Okay.
The sun's shining pretty nice right now, even if it were cloudy. I still want to see the bottom real well. So you can do that two ways. First of all, have a hat with a bill on it, and then also have polarized glasses.
Right.
And that just knocks the glare off, and you can see the bottom better. You not only see it for the depth of it, but also if there are boulders or obstructions that you need to step around or over.
Right.
The bottom of the stream is going to be a lot like the shoreline here, and that usually the safe wade, we shuffle our feet along, and in order to do that, you just kind of find in between the crevices of the rock. If there's a large boulder, don't attempt to step over it or a log, try to go around it. And the reason for that, Diane, is twofold. One is that if you keep your feet closer to the bottom, you have more stability. But the other thing is that the nature of the water is, the top of this water is real swift. And as you get closer to the bottom, it's slower and slower because of the friction of the bottom.
Right.
So you won't have nearly the torque on your foot. But if you raise it up fairly high, that water will try to sweep it. And then the other thing is just simply to try to reduce how much water friction is on your legs. You stand like this, you got double. If you stand like this, you got about 2/3 as much.
Okay.
So, lots of good advice. Think you can remember all that?
I'll try.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and give it a try here.
Okay.
I normally don't try to wade much more than about across your waist deep. Then I'm just raising the staff here.
Oh, great.
And I'll move a little bit, and then you move a little bit into my way.
Okay.
See, that way I keep breaking water for you.
Right.
So I have to do all the work.
I know.
You
This is a great setup.
That better?